How do you keep track of all the things you've clarified? In the previous videos, we've done all the clarification, we've done all the thinking and identifying what is actionable and what is not actionable. Now, how do you keep track of it? In today's video, we're addressing step 3 in the Getting Things Done approach. And step 3 is organize. Organize, in this step, we're going to find a parking place that is meaningful for the item, for the content that we're parking. We're going to put it in a place that is easy to access. Now, organized does not necessarily mean tidy. Things can be very tidy and I still can't find anything. You could stuff things behind closet doors, behind closed drawers, or stuff things in a backpack and zip the zipper. Everything looks tidy, but it's not necessarily organized and you can't necessarily find anything or use it. So what we want to do here in the organized step is to find a meaningful, logical place for all the items we have clarified in the previous steps. So to do this, we're going to need tools. We're going to use 3 tools in this step. In our next video, this is step 3, and we're going to use 2 videos to cover step 3. Today's video is on how to organize actionable items, and the next video is going to be how to organize unactionable items. But before I give you the 3 tools, let me read you a definition of organize. Organize is to physically, visually, or digitally sort and place items of similar meaning into discrete categories and locations. So we're going to organize all our world physically as well as digitally, and it's going to include location. So here are the 3 tools you're going to use. We're going to call them maps. The reason I want to use a map, the word map, is because map insinuates movement. Map insinuates we're going from point A to point B and we're getting somewhere. We're gaining traction. We're gaining momentum. So the 3 maps we're going to use are these. 1, calendar. 2, next action list. Sound familiar? 3, project list. Now, the calendar is something that we're all familiar with. When I work with my college students, I ask my students to use 2 forms of a calendar. A month form where you see the entire month at a time, and a week calendar that has the 24 hours delineated for every day. So you have 24 hours on Sunday, 24 hours on Monday, 24 hours on Tuesday, all the way across the week. Now, the reason I ask for a 24-hour view of the whole week is that this helps you, the student, see what hours you are asleep, which hours you are in class, which hours you're eating, and hence which hours are available for you to navigate and negotiate and use, determine their use and purpose. So the 24-hour weekly planner is a key item, a key tool in this step when I work with my college students. Now, a calendar it's very specific. Calendar only has things that have a specific day, a specific time, and a specific location. That's pretty much the definition of an appointment. An appointment is something you have with a person, a specific person, in a specific office or room at a specific time. That also defines a class schedule. You have a specific time you go to class at a specific room with a specific professor. So on the calendar, you only have very specific appointments. You don't add all your to-do list on your calendar. That's the biggest mistake I find my students making, is that their calendar is full of so much information, it becomes cluttered, and then you can't really use it. You can't really see it. And it becomes unusable. So on the calendar, you're only going to put only put items that have a specific date, time, and location. Now, the next tool is the tool of next actions. Now, we talked about the power of next in our previous videos. The next action list is a series of of actions that are very specific. Remember, next actions begin with an action verb, and they're very clear. They don't require more than one step, and do not require more than one session. You can get it done in one step and at one session. So that's a next action. A next action. Next action is the document, is the piece of paper, is the map that is going to be the most dynamic. You're going to be revisiting the next action list almost daily, depending how busy you are. And it is going to be the tool you use to move towards the finish line. This is the tool that's going to be the most helpful to gain traction and momentum to move you toward your finish line. That's your next action list. Now, the project list. The project lists are, let's go back to next action. I forgot to say something. In next actions, that's the list of things that don't necessarily have a specific day, time, or location. But they just need to get done within a window of time. For example, with my college students, I ask them, what are the things you need to get done this week between now and 7 days from today? So it's not necessarily a specific day or time, but it needs to get done within a window of time, within a week, within 2 weeks, within a month, or even sometime today. Your next action could be sometime today I need to get done these things. So those are your lists of next actions. Now your projects list, those are your a little bigger picture. These projects are a picture of what does done look like. That's your list of projects. Once you've identified what done looks like, and you can see it on a piece of paper, on a list called projects, then when you reach done, then you know you're done and you can stop. You've completed it. So a projects list is very important. You're not going to visit it as often. You might only visit it once a week, once a month, just to make sure you're on track. Now, from your projects list, you're going to pull out your next action. You should have a next action for every project on that list, as your next action goes on your next action list. So you're revisiting your project list as often as you need to replenish your next action list to keep you on track on the direction that you want to go. So when I work with college students, I create a hybrid of David Allen's Getting Things Done approach, his next actions and projects list. And the hybrid I create is the how will I earn the grade in this class. So I ask my students to write down the name of their course and list all the assignments they need to complete for that course by the end of the course. So maybe it could be exam 1, 2, 3 plus a final and a project and a paper. It could be 12 quizzes, maybe 10 reading quizzes, or 7 discussion boards. So it could be just a whole list of all the assignments that you will earn in the class. That's your projects list. And then my next action list for college students is we sit down and write down, what do I need to get done this week for this class? So sometimes on the next action list, you need to put something on the calendar. Like, I got to turn in this paper by Thursday at midnight, 11:59 p.m. I got to get this paper turned in. So that becomes something on the calendar. But what are the next actions? Well, I need to download 2 articles. I need to read those 2 articles. I need to annotate those 2 articles. I need to write the rough draft. I need to write the bibliography, the works cited page. I need to check in with the writing center. I need to check in with the professor and confirm that my articles are valid sources. So those would be on the next action list, all those little steps that are included in getting that paper written. So in this step, this is organize step 3 and we're organizing actionable items. We have 3 tools: the calendar, the next action list, and the project list. In our next video, I'm going to talk about organize non-actionable things. And so that would be step 2. I look forward to seeing you in our next video. If you're liking my videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please follow me on my Facebook page, Ruth Bomar, Academic Coach. Please go on my website and subscribe to my newsletter. We'll talk soon.